Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. I'm off. Hey, Queen Diva, BB Nice. Okay, Queen, I see you. And all those who are up in the cloud and haven't dropped down, or maybe you'll drop down or you won't, please hit that like button. Thank you, Queen. We are always here, right? Oh God, I don't know where to start. It's been so mess. Oh God, it's been so much mess on these YouTube streets. Sad, some funny, some sad. Some you really don't even want to speak on because it's a little bit too sad to see it happening. But you knew it was going to happen. That's the thing. You knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of when it was going to happen. And we all saw it happen. And it was pretty sad. You know, I always say this, though. I'm going to follow their guidelines. It's the beef sector. No filters, no boundaries, nothing off of limit. Nothing, you do what you want, you say what you want. Is the fact of the matter is, before I get there, let me jump back to the Kwani situation on my platform. Kwani, my dear, I saw you wasn't very happy. You got offended when I asked you about loyalty and dragging and gagging and roasting, and you went to your platform and commenced to let it out how you really felt. And I respect you for that. Let me tell you why I respect you for that. Because you respected me enough that you didn't perform over here. And that's what your platform is for. So much respect to you. And I never come down here to offend anyone. That's just not what I do. I explained to you that I don't know gagging, roasting, dragging, and all that. I don't play those games. To me, those are reindeer games, especially playing the dozens and all that on the internet where I can't reach out and strangle the shit out of you. I don't play when it comes to me and my family, okay? And my loved ones, period. So, of course, you didn't like it. And again, I don't apologize for stating how I feel, because we do play the dozens, and I did grow up playing the Joneses and the dozens and stuff like that. And yes, in some cases, fights came out of it, and in some cases, just laughter. You just won talking about someone, right? So apparently you claimed you didn't experience none of that. So unfortunately, we all come from different demographic areas and we experience different things. Never does that make me less than you, though. See, that didn't make me less than you. I don't allow abuse. I don't allow disrespect. Everybody knows that. I don't even play that here. So I don't play it in my real life. So no, I don't allow abuse. But like I said, kudos to you because you went to your platform. Was my intentions ever to offend you or downplay your royalty in your queen's mind? Absolutely not. We were having a discussion. Like I told you, I don't know the difference between gag, roast, drag, and all that other shit, and I don't play it. So, okay, let's get that straight. Now, I will apologize to my royal family here, my gemologist, if when I made the statement that you all work for me, and some may have heard it and some may have not heard it. However, never will I ever put you underneath me. We are a team here, and I appreciate you for coming down here helping me on these YouTube streets. And if I did have it to give to pay you, I will, because you deserve it, because you work hard when you come down here and we work as a team. See, just like I don't call my superiors at work bosses, I don't call them. I say you're my supervisor or you my head team player. The same here. Never will I ever downplay them, demean them, or make them feel any type of way saying they work for me, because that's not the case. We're a team here. And the good thing about it, I know my team. I've met my team and in real life. So they're my people. Okay. So will I ever do that? I will never. Okay. So I'm going to let that go. Like I said, you didn't do nothing too bad, but again, you went on your platform and called me bitches. And I don't think you meant it in the bitch term as to be mean spirited. That's just the way y'all talk. See, that's the difference with us too. I don't call bitches like that. I just don't do that. Hey, Fate Baby, Queen Diva, Kimberly Black Duchess. So, okay, let's leave it there. But I can't imagine anyone getting so offended just by a question when the shit they do on these YouTube streets is way demeaning, grimy, or dirty, vile, malicious, and hateful than I ever have done here and I will ever do, because that's me. Okay. So let's get that straight, Kwani. So, nope. Hey, listen, we still good. The ball is in your court. I didn't take it to heart like that, but I want to always clarify when people don't understand me. I want to make sure I clarify what I meant, because sometimes when I talk, people don't perceive it the way I would like them to perceive it. Okay. And so your perception was wrong. No, and never will I allow anyone to sit back and just call me a bunch of bitches and just take it. But I don't have to come down here and cuss anyone either, because I'm built like that. I'm built like that, that I will not go, beneath the belt. I will not cross my boundaries, what I set for myself when I came on here. So I don't think it was anything wrong. Okay, baby? So take it the way you want. Like I told you, people could come down here and they could call me a million bitches, hoes, you ain't got shit, dots, and do all that. You're not going to change who I am, because I'm solid. Remember, I always tell you, I am unapologetically me, and I'm solid on who I am. So can't nobody shake me. Can't nobody destroy me, because they didn't make me. I made myself. Yes, I got help with people create my numbers, helping me get over the 1,000 mark. However, I am me. There's no alliances. There's no cliques. There's no behind the scenes other than Diva, and there's no plays. You get exactly what you see here. But am I going to come down here and cuss and call a bunch of bitches, niggas, hoes, and on? Absolutely not. You can't make me do that. Stuff like that came out of your mouth, not mine. And again, it was a light from you. You didn't say anything. You just was upset that I had asked you that question and thought that you knew what Jonesin was. Okay. But let me tell you something. Miss T don't take no abuse. That's why I don't play these games down here, because that shit is abusive to me. It's hurtful. I have emotions. I'm a human being just like everyone else down here. And that'll segue me into my next subject. Listen, who are you to be scared of anyone because you come down here on your platform and you say what you want to say? There's no need to be scared of anyone. You come down here, you say it, they roast you, they gag you, they drag you, and oh well, you're still here. As long as you don't come into my real personal space, my family's personal space, we good. This is just the internet. There's no gates, there's no fences, there's no walls. You could go whatever sector you choose. You could be a part of whatever sector you choose. You are will to do what you want. Those of you who don't have a mentality of being a follower, So I don't care. I don't care that much to get that invested. So this Nika and James thing is really bothering a lot of people. And now I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. And you could take it like you want. And I'm gonna drop the link so you could come up here and let me know. You don't keep poking a bear and you let sleeping dogs lie. Because when people get loose and you see tension there and you notice tension is there, you just leave it. Especially when you like both content creators. See, I can see this coming from afar because I saw how it was going. So will I ever put my mouth on the situation in reference to ruffle or stir it? Just leave it alone. There's no questions that I have to ask for clarity from them. We see, we saw, we knew. And if you didn't see it and you didn't know, then something was clearly wrong with you. It was no need, no questions asked. I don't care. Let the friendship dissolve the way it may. I didn't need to interfere. I didn't need no clarification. I saw the tension. I saw the dismantling of their friendship. So it was no need for me to ask them anything. It was just watch the show. So it went horribly wrong. And yes, I do believe that tensions was building and that it is exploded on this last one. Do I think they'll ever be friends again? Absolutely not. Because coming from the both of them, they weren't friends at the end. So that was good enough for me. I didn't need anything else. And so now we're in here and we all share the same. Remember, we all share the same subbies. Some come from other places. I have subbies from other places, but mostly over here, and we share the same subs, right? And we see the same videos. So we knew what it was about. And I think that sometimes we just need to not get involved. And that to me, you just lit a match, or perhaps you didn't even light a match. What you did is you threw gasoline on fire because you had already seen that little fire. And you just added more gasoline and the flames went up. So that's their relationship. I don't even care about it because it wasn't my relationship. Do I feel some sort of way? For both of them. See, you guys are looking at it this way. And please follow me. Follow me when I say this because you know I'm fair and unbalanced. You're looking at it this way. It got a little out of hand. Why would a man talk about a woman like that? Why would a woman do the things she did behind the scenes like that? So everybody played a part. So just let it be. You don't have to choose sides. You don't have to jump down in the chat and twerk. You could just stay up in the clouds and watch it unfold. See, because it looks bad on one part. For me, it looks bad because you say, that's a man. Why is a man talking to a woman like that? Or to someone who they thought were their friends. That's the way they do. We have no control over that. That's why it wasn't good to poke the bear. That's why it wasn't good to throw gasoline on the little dim fire. You already saw the tension. You already knew what was happening. See, I don't like people to play head games with me. We already saw what it was about. Why didn't we just let it be? They were over there minding their own business, doing their own things on their platform. So to me, some people getting involved brought this on content creators. It didn't even have to be it. We could have just let it go. We already saw that their friendship was over. What more did we need? This, because this is what it was going to come to. Please hit the like, please. So when it got down to the real nitty gritty, it seems like they were never friends. They were associates. And at one point they had met up and did their thing together. However, something something was not right for a very long time. And so they had decided that they weren't friends. They knew they weren't friends. They didn't have to come out here and tell us just because we didn't see it. See, people talk on the phones, people behind the scenes, they text, they write, they do whatever. They communicate, and we don't always see it. So we knew what we saw, we just didn't know how deep it was until, again, you poked the bear. Now, did you do it intentionally? I don't know. I don't care. I just know that it got real ugly, and then people are feeling some kind of way, but you took it there because you didn't let well enough alone. Now, I know that people may not like it, but you know, I come down here and tell the truth. People don't always like the truth. He was over there doing his thing. She was over there doing her thing. We had already saw long time ago that it wasn't no coming together anymore like that. We should have just left it. So now it's real nasty and ugly and painful and hurtful. And people are blaming each other. Oh, he went so low. She went so low. She stood up. She got off of it. She did her thing. I'm so proud of her. He's a mean bastard. He's You guys called for that. Now you got it. Do you feel bad? Absolutely. I feel bad. I feel bad that it had to come to this. See, but I've always said this, and I will never, ever change. Let me let y'all see, come closer. I'll never forget what you done to me. If you done something bad to me or you said something bad, I'll never forget it. I may play nice, I may be cordial, but that shit is always in the back of my mind. And that's what happened on both cases. The only thing different is they brought it to the forefront and we heard about it. And this was really the end. And we just leave it alone and let it be. If you support whomever, you support Lady Nika, continue to support her. If you support James' mother, Spiller Boy, Treasure, continue to support him if you feel that way. You don't have to get involved. Leave this shit alone. Leave it alone. I didn't like it for neither one of them. I didn't like it, but I'll never come out here and windmill for either one of them. But I have the right to tell you my perspective. And my perspective is you guys poked the bear. They both was all right. And if neither one of them could see that this shit was brewing, and if we couldn't see that, then something's wrong with you, because Stevie Wonder saw that. He didn't even have to see it with his eyes. He could hear it with his ears and visualize it. We already knew that the foundation was breaking. You guys just made sure that it broke completely and it was out here in the opening. So we feel the way we feel. Do I feel bad? Absolutely. Did I think they had some type of YouTube ship or relationship? I sure do. Did I think that it could have been mended? I don't know. Because I'm going to tell you one thing that I know about what I observed is people never forget. They just wait and late. They just lay and wait. Sorry. So it was never forgotten. So you guys should have left that shit alone. And now everyone is feeling bad for you. Got people siding with Mother, James, Spillerboy, Treasure, Lady Nika, the Dimmates. Oh, it is what it is. You guys brought that up here. We didn't have to know about it. We didn't have to know about it. And everybody's not going to agree with me. And I can't sit here and tell you who will agree with me and who won't. But I'm going to always come down here and be unbiased and tell you what my perspective is. And like I said, you asked for it, you got it. Now the shit is real nasty out in these streets. It's bloody. It's real bloody and it looks awful. And yes, we feel bad because I don't care what people say. You too invested. I'm not that invested. We all are humans. We all have feelings. And when someone get hurt, you feel some kind of way, whether it's YouTube, virtual world, or in real world. It's like me walking past a gentleman who just was in an accident or someone beat this man up and left him on the street bloody. I feel some kind of way. I don't know him, but of course my heart is hurting for him. He's laying on the streets bloody. It's the same thing here. Sometimes we need to know when to let shit go, okay? That's all I want to say. I don't have much more to say about it. I'm going to leave it alone. You guys could continue to go out these streets and watch what's going on. That will be my final say so on this. I just believe you guys poked the bear and they reacted and now is out here. And now you expect people to just stop liking certain people because of the mean, hateful, vile things they've said. That's not right. That's not right, because you know it gets nasty here. Everyone knows it gets deep down nasty here. You know every content creator down here. You already know how they move. So it was expected that it would get nasty. You knew that. You knew that. You just want to feel bad because the two people that's involved. But that's not right. It should never cross certain boundaries, but it does down here. And that's what I mean. Down here, there's no filter. There's no boundaries. There's nothing. Just pure fucking gutter down here sometime. And we all witnessed it. We just don't like it when it happened to people we like. But those same very people and other people happen to have feelings too. That's a fact. You can't turn your feelings off and on because you like one person and you don't. Wrong is wrong, right is right. And if you're not a follower and you're an individual thinker and you're a human being, you are made with feelings. And yes, you feel bad, but it's no different if it was someone else just because it's those two people. If we saw it somewhere else, how would you feel? I don't like that fucking double standard stuff down here. I really, really don't. The hypocrisy is terrible down here. If you don't like it for me, don't like it for the next person, whether you like me or not. It just crosses the boundaries, no matter who it is. There are no boundaries here. You cross the boundaries. And it's good when you sit up with one person while they're doing it to somebody else, as long as you two are good. But then it's a problem when they turn around and do it to you. I just don't get it. I just don't get this shit at all. That's why I don't play these reindeer games. I don't play them. Because for me, when you say things about me and my family, it hurts me. And I can't react. So that's why I don't get mixed up in all the beef and the drag and the gag and the roast and the jump and all that stuff. I don't do it. I exempt myself from that behavior. But we all come down here for the drama. You guys, let me just calm down because I'm getting a little mad, a little upset. Good morning, everybody who's joined me. I missed the name. Let me red ball it back. Hey, Fate. Okay, let's see. Y'all know I'm always behind, and it takes me a while to catch up. Please make sure you hit that like button. Now, I didn't see everything. I didn't. Sometimes you just have to cut it off. Seems like they were never friends. Perhaps they weren't. Or perhaps something took place that tainted their friendship and they decided just to be cordial to each other and to play along. You got to remember, on these YouTube streets, a lot of people play along. They get along just because they want to pretend like they're friends or they whatever, just to make sure the show goes on. This is a big show. It's a big show. It's a big shit show at times, but we watch it. Hey, Michi. So I'm going to drop the link because I really don't have much to say. You would think they own their friendship details to subs. I don't know what you mean. You owe their friendship details to subs. Okay, but sometime, baby, some things are just left unsaid, better unsaid. At the end of it all, appears there was no real friendship. Cordial, yes. Friends, no. And that's the difference. They were cordial. Something had happened long time ago, and they remained cordial. And I'm going to tell y'all, even though everybody look at one person as being this vicious, mean, hateful person, and the other person as being this other type of person, let me tell you something. They both was hurt in a way. They both was hurt. He was hurt about labels that was being put on him and finding out that someone that he was cordial with and had a YouTube shit had something to do with it. That was his perception of it. She was hurt to think that he would believe someone else perhaps and to come down here and what she called shade her. So they both was hurt and they both reacted. But they both had stood on the grounds that we're just going to let it dissolve. We'll just be cordial and we'll come out here and respect each other until, boom, the match was done. So they both was hurt. They both felt hurt to a certain to a certain degree. They didn't owe any of us anything about if they was cool or not. Exactly. So I'm going to drop this tea. Let me see. Drop this link. Get all the facts of history between James and Nika before you speak. There are videos down, and over the years, stories has changed. The subbies who was here back then knows the facts. I don't think you're talking to me because I don't need to know no facts about back then because I don't know if you're talking to me in a bad way or a good way. But I'll tell you this. I knew enough when I came on the scene on the end of 2018, I believe, or 2019, I knew enough to know that they had traveled together. They had had a relationship. They had done videos because both of them were at each other for some reason. And then they healed that portion and they moved on. I do know that much. But like I said, I don't think anytime you ever hurt or damage or do something to someone that they totally forgive you. I'm sorry. That's just what I believe, you guys. If they forgive you, they never forget. Okay. But remember, this is a working environment. So they work together. Okay. Okay. I see. So let me see. James never apologized to Lady Nika. Clearly, there was a reason why. Because perhaps he never forgave her. I don't know. I don't even care to know. I don't even care to stir up that shit no more. I'm going to continue to support the both. That's what it is. Now, if you a supporter of the both, when that dragging and that gagging, that roasting and that talking about tearing down each other, don't bring your ass down here. Just stay up in the clouds. I was told some people said that they can't even stay in the clouds and they walk away. Let me tell you something. I left both videos and went and watched what is it? The gambling channel. I always watch slots, the casino. I went over there because I was tired of that. I didn't want to see anymore. One way or the other, I really don't care. I wish both of them well. Okay, you speaking facts, Miss T. I think right. They say, hey, DC, what's going on, baby? Okay, I'm going to drop this link. And if I'm wrong, let me tell you something about Mz.Teavalocity. You guys know I work 12-hour shifts and I tend to work 3 days back to back, sometimes 4. You know I'm not abreast of everything that goes on here. So sometimes you could shed a light on what's happening. Maybe I just don't know, but I'll tell you what I do know. I do know both of those people knew that their relationship was really over and they had made the adult decision to just be cordial and respect each other. And they left it at that. There's no need for me to want to know anything else. I don't have any damn questions. I stopped looking at both. It was too. And so you do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not going to judge anyone. I'm not going to come down here. No, Miss C. Oh. Okay, baby. I see you, sweet. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm not going to come down here and say who was right, who was wrong. I'm just going to say, let that be. Let it play out. My assessments of it, they are no longer friends, so leave them be. Each one of them do different things. Let them do different things. Support who you want. You don't have to go on and we don't have to make thousands of videos. We could just let it be. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something that you might get upset with me about when I'm about to say this. With the Mexico 4 missing, you know, I tell y'all I have a strong discernment. You know, I'm past this. I just want to make sure that no one was trying. They just brushed it under the rug and finally someone tripped over the lamp. Okay, baby, that's a good way of putting it. I'm going to go on with something else. So you guys, that part of my life is over talking about them. It's over. It's over for me. Everything is over. The friendship is over. It's done. Okay? So leave them alone. Support who you want. I can't tell you who to support, but I do want to tell you that don't be a group thinker. Don't be a group thinker. Think on your own. If something offended or bothered you, let that be the reason that you don't support one or the other. Okay? Because you had strong people against Nika and strong people against James, and you have people for Nika and for James, you know? And so just be who you are. Okay? Now, let me tell you something about this. So, I didn't know exactly what was happening with these four in Mexico, but when I started listening to it, something didn't sit right in my spirit. And I told a coworker of mine, and I told Diva, I said, Diva, something's not right about this. You know, this young lady went over there. She was a mother of six, one of her children. This is just to sum it up. One of her children, I guess, was taken away from her because at birth, now allegedly at birth, me too, Faye. At birth, they found drugs or something in the baby's system. So if you think she have six children, perhaps she do, but they only naming five because one was taken away from her because she had drugs and the baby had drugs in the system. Now, when the story first came out, and they said that those people with the C, the cartel, had something to do with it. I said, something ain't right. Why would a woman? Now, I'm going to get my BBL, my BBW, or whatever it is, the BB whatever. I'm going to take Diva or BB Nice or one of my best friends. I'm going to take a woman. I'm not going to go over there with three men. So that sent up a red flag to me. Now, I could be wrong. I want y'all to keep me on my toes, right? So it sent up a red flag to me. Why would she be with three men and she getting a BBL or one of them her husband? No, actually, allegedly, her man, her husband, her boo, her baby father is incarcerated for what? Drugs, right? So my first thought was, I think this is something to do with a drug deal, allegedly. That's what I thought, right? And so then I heard that it was another woman. So it was five of them. The fifth woman did not go over the border because I think they said it could be documentation she didn't have, or she felt funny. She felt funny. And so she decided not to go. And my thing is, how did they make a mistake when she had already been to that office? They had direction. They had spoke to the people. How did they make a mistake and end up in that area where the cartel was? So I thought, this is not right. This is not right. You said I'm taking at least one dude. She did. So when I started looking back at the people, I started doing some research. I said, well, everybody's saying that, you know, that's what they doing over there. It's dangerous. Don't go over there. You know, they doing this to Americans over here. And the reason why this one didn't go, she didn't have documentations. But why did they, you know, unalive these people and they just roughed her up? So I thought it was kind of strange. Now, this is just my take on it, and I could be wrong. I believe it had something to do with those street pharmacists. I do. And something went bad with the street pharmacists, and they knew they were coming. I don't know how they mistake them, you know, to be Haitian or whatever, but I don't believe is what people think it is. So I started looking and looking and looking, and lo and behold, I see this article. It was either on Fox News, CNN, one of them, because I was briefly looking at it because I was in my office, right? So I looked and I thought, down at the bottom, it says, could be suspected of drugs. And I said, yep, I thought it. So then they did a little brief history of the four people, and all of them, including herself, have been in some type of trouble with street pharmacy. So perhaps that's what really happened. And will they get justice? Absolutely no. And so now they saying they turned over 4 people who they think was involved in it. No, they didn't. Don't believe that. See, we can't believe everything we hear, even though it's reported through the news outlet. Remember, we don't get the full story. So I do believe that they were doing a little more than just getting her BBL or BBW. Now I could be wrong. So if y'all know, Faith saying from the start, yeah, Faith. Especially when they said the cartel, I was like, something don't seem right. This lady and these 4 men, I said, something don't seem right about this. I'm like, why didn't she take her best girlfriend, her Judy, or take some Judies? I may have taken my husband, but I would have took a good Judy to be in there with me, because that would be more comforting to me as a woman. You see what I'm saying? So right there, I said, something just don't seem right. I said, but you know you, Miss T, you're a conspiracy theorist, so everything is a conspiracy to you. No, I just smell when something's not right. I do. I got a serious discernment for that. So you could take one. I don't like how the tone shifted once the victim's photo was released. Well, yeah, and that's another thing too. You can't look at people and just say because they look like some rough black folks that they into street, pharmacy or something like that. However, the story just don't seem right, and then when you look back at the history, and then again too, they only going to show the work when it comes to us. So perhaps they did go, dig up their records and stuff like that. But it just didn't seem right with me that young lady had went over there with those men, and their full intentions was for her to get a BBL, and she had been over there before to get the BBL. Their families really placed the drug. Oh, okay, Faith, I know you. Why would the cartel admit fault? They not going to. And believe it or not, just like, let me tell you something, and I hate to say this, and I'm sure, right. And did you see, okay, cartel writing excuses and placing it on a vehicle? They wrote the excuse out. That's not the cartel, baby. That's not, like I said, they spinning narratives that they want us to believe, and nothing will be done. I hate to burst your bubble, but just like the Shankrilla Robinson, it was done over there. I don't ever believe we'll get justice for her. I don't care how many marches they do to the White House, how many loud voices. The unfortunate thing is it happened over there, and so many of us get unalived over there, and there's no justice for it. So, and they talk, I don't believe any justice would be served for these. They claim they took the 4 people and turned them over to the United States. Okay. So now are we doing this leveraging shit again? Because remember, when things like this happen, those countries, including the United States, use situations like this for leverage. So I don't trust that. Okay. Is this a leverage deal? You turned over 5 of them over to the United States who you thought was involved with this. And then why was she unharmed? They just did this wild shooting. I don't know. I would have to hear from her. Okay. But I told you I just didn't feel right about it, that they were over there. And we all know that they go over there for dental work, for BBLs, and also pharmaceutical items. They go over there at cheaper rates and get them. You just happen to see this car with these plates on, and you start pow, 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 and you save the girl. Something ain't right with this. Yeah, just seen a couple of headlines and read people reactions. I haven't seen too many reactions on YouTube, probably like mine. I haven't seen them like mine, but I do believe something went awry, and I'm not sure. The guys were trying to hit the pharmacy because you don't need a prescription. Okay, that's possible. But you know what? What were they getting from the pharmacy? I'm just asking. I need more clarification for me to make a full-blown assessment of what really went on and to get actual knowledge and, solidify my thought. But again, I believe it was something different than they care to admit, And like Duchess said the pictures. When the pictures surfaced, the tone of the conversation shifted. And that shouldn't be, because it doesn't matter how we look, just because we have dreads, just because we have tattoos, rings, and does not mean that we are unhonorable, right? I never forget when I came to the DC, the DMV area, something happened to me, a muscle or something, something was wrong, and I was in severe pain, and I went to the hospital, and they came and they took me to the hospital. And when I got to the hospital, I was waiting for the doctor, right? I was waiting for the doctor. Now, mind you, I come from the West Coast area for a long, long time, even though I grew up on the East Coast. The West Coast area is just a little different, the military and stuff like that. Being around the demographic areas I was, you just seen people a little different when they had different when they had different jobs. Let me just say it like that. So I was waiting for the doctor. Show you how ignorant I am. I was waiting for the doctor, and you had these people coming. Oh, the doctor is coming. The doctor is coming. This brother comes in my room, and the brother don't look like he no more than 30. And mind you, I'm about 50, right? The brother don't look like he no more than 30 years old. And he comes in there and he said, "Hey, Mrs. So-and-so, how are you?" And I said, "I'm doing fine." I said, "I'm just waiting on the doctor." I said, "I'm in pain. I'm just waiting on the doctor." He said, "Well, I am the doctor." I said, "What?" I said, "You the doctor?" The brother was only like 37 years old, I swear, had dreads down to the middle of his back, but they were well done, right? Nice looking brother. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." I said, "I apologize. I didn't know you was the doctor." He said, "Yeah, I fooled you." He said, "I am the doctor. I'm Dr. So-and-so." And he commenced to taking care of me. But you see how I was like, my mind was like, a doctor have to look a certain way? No, it's a lot of them around here in the DMV areas. There's a lot of doctors around here that you would mistake. You were mistaken because of how people paint them, how we perceive, a doctor or a nurse or a lawyer or a judge should look like, right? Professional people should look like, because of the image we paint them to look like. He was a doctor and had been a doctor for a couple of years too. And he took good care of me. That's just a story. We can't always, think because the way a person looked that they a thug or they doing something wrong or they're not professional or they don't live a real, good lifestyle just because of the way they look. And like she said, when the pictures came out there, it made it look worse and it shifted the tone of the subject. But from the very beginning, baby, before I even saw all of them together and the pictures, I thought something was not wrong with the story. Okay, so that's not how I perceive them to be, pharmacy workers. Mm-hmm. And we need to stop all these BBL. So keep your ass in place and acknowledge Black people unjustly losing their life. We need to stop going to these other countries and stuff. Oh, what? They were supposed to be tortured? Really? No, you just spoke a word at Lisa J. I didn't see Lisa J, or maybe I did. Yeah, and so more and more women are going over there for BBLs, and more of them are ending up unalive or infected some type of way coming back over here. A colleague of mine, a co-worker, told me she go over there and get dental work, right? And she said, she called me by my first name. "I already know Miss So-and-so. You probably got some conspiracy, y'all. She probably got some conspiracy." I said, I do. Because I didn't feel like those people went over there just for no BBL. But we need to stop trying to be other than who we are. Just be satisfied. Just be, be who you are. You don't have to have a big ass. I know I used to want a big butt, pumped out there, pushed up. That's not who it is. That's not who I am. That's not what I have. Now, I don't, even if I had the money, and of course, if I don't have the money, I got the credit to go anywhere and get a BBL. I'm just not going to do it. And if I decide to get a tuck or whatever, I'm any type of enhancement, I'm going to go right here in the USA. I think we need to stop going over there because many women, stories we don't even know about because we don't run the stories here. And most of us stay here and we don't watch TV and don't the news and don't read a lot. You know, that's honestly, we watch YouTube and stuff like that now. The new digital world is it. But a lot of cases we probably don't even know about. I was just about to say that, Duchess. We need to just stay our butts over here. They did look like Haitians. Oh, did they? Okay. Okay, Fifi TV. When I was in Honduras, they thought I was from there. Oh, see, I don't know. I've never been there. They crossed from America. You right, I'm here for the show. They crossed from America and they have been there. You guys, I just don't believe the whole story is out there. Now, the story will unwind eventually, or they will just let the story go. So if y'all hear anything else about it, hey, come back and let me know. But in my heart of hearts, I feel like it was more than just the BBL. And why didn't the other lady cross over the border? Do y'all know why she didn't cross? A lot of people change when they get these enhancements, become someone no one can recognize. They change a little bit too much. But Judy, the thought of paying for a ticket to travel a foreign country to get unalive is scary. Yeah, I'm not going to go over there, no. If I was to have anything done, I'm going to have it done right here in the United States. But again, society makes the BBL norms for Black women, especially Black women. Hey, Vivian, what's going on, baby? You know, because of the models, because of the celebrities, because of the women now we see them with, you know, nice bodies, what they call nice popping bodies. You know, a lot of young women desire to look like that because that's the way, because they think that's how they have to look, you know. That lady didn't cross because of her ID, but you know, I want to say this too. Good point. I just believe this. Now, this just me. When is your time to go? Is your time to go, no matter how you go. You know, perhaps it wasn't that time for that lady to go. She could have been caught up in there, and so God blocked it. Sometimes God blocked things that we don't even know because He already know what's going to happen to us, and perhaps she didn't get cross the border and then have the proper ID because it wasn't her turn. Now, again, like I said, there's a lady and a man still alive, they say, and two of them are unalive. So I don't know how those two managed to be unalive and come back over here. You know, get back to the United States, but I think they back in the United States. And like I said, either this story would unwind and we'll really know some more factual things about it, or it's the end of it. Because we can't make them pay justice for anything. You see what's taking us so long with Shanquilla Robinson. Hey, Liv, how are you? Most end up looking like ants. I don't know about that. They claim she forgot her ID, and others said you leave one behind in case something happens. Show, you don't get up here. You don't jump on links. But what you mean by that? Yeah. Okay. Excuse me, that's good. That's my shake. Y'all notice I got a new cup. That's a good point. She said, so the show said they claim she forgot her ID, and others say you leave one behind in case something happens. Ooh, that's a strong possibility. Lorraine going to check. Hey, Lorraine, haven't seen you in a long time. Vivian Jennings later on, Tita has asked me to talk on her live stream. So if you are around, okay, Lord. So you just gonna come down here and tell me about somebody else live stream? And I've never seen you before. Y'all could go ahead and kick that person to the car. I don't know him. Vivian, you know him? I think that was real rude and disrespectful for him to come here and tell me about somebody else live. Now, I love me some Tita, but if Tita wanted me to announce her live, I would promote her live. I definitely, but I don't know her. I don't know that person. Oh, you're not home right now. Okay. So, sir, I'm just going to have you go ahead because you were disrespectful and I'm going to block you out my chat because that was disrespectful. Okay, you don't come over here telling Vivian Jennings. If Vivian Jennings Tita want to get in touch with her, she know how to get in touch with her. She talk about her and Jay Wilson all the time. They're good buddies. You know she know them. So you didn't have to come in here and do that. But you guys, I just wanted to say that. So my take on the 4 is a little different than most people, and I know we are so quick to believe what we hear and see on the television, but remember, okay, yeah, that's why I think it was done being smart, Vivian. I think it was smart done being smart. I believe I know who that is, but okay. It's rainy. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You on vacation? Oh, you on vacation mode. Good. So I know all of us will continue to run the streets and see what's going on. Like I said, I'm just going to sit back and watch, it all unfold, and hopefully it will end soon. I see that people are really moving towards that other sector too. And then I sat back and I was trying to wonder, oh, here my fate, baby. Let me make sure that's my fate. Yeah, that's you, Pumpkin.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Sugar Wooger. Oops. Sorry. Go ahead, yeah.
I just came up because, like, with the Mexican 4, the one lady that stayed behind, they always leave somebody behind.
Yeah.
The one guy's girlfriend, the one that survived, his girlfriend said that he told them he was just going out with a couple of friends. He'd be back in 15 minutes.
Mm,
And the sister were the ones that said they had begged her not to get the BBL, but they was begging her not to go over there and get them pills and come back.
that's
And
what I think.
exactly what I think. I don't think it was nothing, no other kind of. I think they went over there to get the opioids.
Oh, yeah. Do y'all remember? No, y'all probably don't remember. Well, anyway, this guy was traveling to Mexico or back from Mexico, but they busted him on the highway. I was watching it on Ratchet, and he had bags full of opioids.
Mm-hmm.
Bags full.
Mm-hmm.
So my first thought was, and not the way because of the way they look, just
Uh-uh.
the number: 1 woman and 3 men. When you
And we didn't even know about the other woman that was left behind. So she didn't know how the hell she was going to get back home. So she had to say something.
she had to say something. But let me tell you something. They are going to spill the beans. But like I said, those are just 2 unalive people over there. Ain't nobody
Mm-hmm.
gonna be held accountable for it. I don't believe
No,
they turned nothing over to the United States.
my whole thing is they set up that they. When did the cartel start leaving notes when they do something?
And then when I saw the
And
note,
put it on a car and had them tied up.
oh,
If that was, if that wasn't so staged, I said they really think we still watching 70
but
movies.
you know what? People probably believe that shit or they want us to believe. When I looked, I said, now who will leave a note on the car saying we did it? When they were in the
Exactly.
house, supposedly they were in the house. The people were in this house being held hostage. They gonna leave a note on the car say, "Hey, we did it."
But did you see the
No,
guy showing a video while he was being held captive? He made a
no,
video.
no.
He
See,
made
I
a
didn't
video
see
talking about it's
that
hot as hell here in Mexico. Yeah, it is hot as hell in Mexico.
yet. I didn't see it, but
Yeah,
we know. Go ahead.
he was in it. It was barren. It looked like a regular somebody who commonly lives in Mexico's house, no AC and stuff like that. And there was a big metal door in front of him, but he was walking around with his phone.
Oh no. Okay. See, yeah. I just, you know what, Faith? Before I even watched it all, and I kept hearing it. I said something don't sound right, especially when they threw the BBL in there. Because I'm thinking, I'm gonna
They
take
do that
Diva.
in as a last minute shot.
I said, I'm gonna take Diva. I'm gonna take a woman, to be in there
Exactly.
with me. I ain't taking no 3 men. And then all of a sudden they just see my car. That car was marked. A deal went wrong. That's how I'm gonna call it, and I'm gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
A deal
Mm-hmm.
went wrong, and now
I mean, and when you go to Mexico, you see all them little shops up and down the street. And when you
Mhm.
go in there, it's like pill heaven. You don't
Mm.
need a prescription, so you can get whatever you want.
See, I didn't know that, Faith. But when, like I told you, I watched Ratchet TV one time, and they was recording this guy. He was driving. He had a whole bag full. They caught his ass though, but he
Mm-hmm.
had a whole bag full. So I'm thinking, if you had a whole bag full, it must be pretty cheap over there. See, I didn't know
It's
anything about
really, really cheap. Cause I know when I don't like Percocets, so I had them, but they had prescribed them. And I don't like them always. Child, they make me fall out the bed. But
Yep,
anywho,
me too. Me
I
too.
had them, and my nephew's friend was like, "I give you $100 for
Mm-hmm,
them
mm-hmm.
pills." And my nephew said, "You ain't cheating, my aunt." I was like, "What are
Yep.
y'all talking about?"
Mm-hmm.
So a bottle of it was just a 30 pills. They
Mm-hmm.
were willing to he was willing to give me $100. So I'm trying to figure out what they sell for on the street.
Yeah, those pills sell for a lot. Uh-huh. Those they sell for a whole lot. You know what? It's hard now. They trying to make it harder. Different doctors won't even prescribe them really because so many people have gotten hooked on them, and they had the opioid overdose and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they are. I think you might pay. You might pay like $25 for a pill.
Oh, so he really was trying to get me. Now ain't
Yeah.
that a bitch?
Hey, not only that, do you know promethazine, right? I get promethazine because I am a smoker, and so when my cough, it lingers, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now they don't want to prescribe that. I went to at least 3 pharmacies to get promethazine, and they was all out. They had been robbed around here, Fate, and you know how they do around here. They
Mm-hmm.
had robbed the damn pharmacy, so I couldn't get it. But they are getting lenient on. They're not getting lenient. I'm sorry, they're getting stricter
Right.
on prescribing Percocet and Vicodins.
But the new thing is that fentanyl that they putting in everything and killing people left and right.
Oh
And then
yeah.
and some new drug they said I just saw they said it's called Trank and they call it the zombie drug. And it kind of like puts people in like you know how a heroin addict like bow down.
Uh-huh,
Well,
uh-huh.
these don't wherever they stop, that's how they stop.
Mm.
Halfway bent over, halfway. It's just like that.
I saw that. It's this show that come on YouTube, and they show people in. Is it California? They show Baltimore. They show Baltimore for one. They haven't made DC, but they show them, and they just leaning, and they don't
Mm-hmm.
listen. They don't fall. They just lean, and then they get back up. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's just like a heroin addict. You could be talking to them, they
yeah,
for nod off on you and
yeah.
come back and finish the sentence.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate to say that because I don't like to always think bad, about our people and stuff. But I
But the
do.
family was the one that made me start doubting. When the family started coming out with all these stories, the mother and the daughter doing an interview, the girl that was in there doing it, and then when I looked up and the man had done the interview in while he was supposed to have been held hostage, when did they start giving hostages their phones?
I don't see. I didn't know that. I didn't know all that. See, Faith. That's one thing. It's good to have you because you see everything. You
I'd
know
be
everything.
trying. I'm
See,
nosy
I
as
didn't
hell.
know that. I didn't follow it like that because I really been busy at
Mm-hmm.
work, so I haven't been able to follow it. That's why I say I only heard bits and pieces of some of this other craziness because I was at work and I can't just stay, with that damn earbud. I got shit to do. But so I didn't hear it all, but I knew Fate something wasn't right with it.
It
Something was
did. It just didn't
not right.
sound right. And then for them to have the video of the actual kidnapping, I was like,
See,
it
yeah,
was weird as hell to me. The whole thing.
yeah. I didn't feel like that was real. And I said the real story was gonna come out. But every article I read was basically the same.
Mm-hmm.
Every video you saw was the same because it's news. It's just by
Right.
different
Until the
stations.
family started coming out and they
Yeah.
started, that's what started placing doubt. And I was like, wait a minute, this don't
So
sound.
that was the mother of the girl with them 3 kids. I saw a picture of
Yeah,
them.
there was her mother and one of the girl's mother and her daughter. And I don't know who the other child was.
Monty says she think it's a cover up. A
It
cover up
is.
for what mixology? Oh yeah, I think they lying about the BBL and all that. But they said
Mm-hmm.
she had got one. Nope. I'm like you. I think they went over
But
there.
did you see her?
Who the girl? Yeah, I saw the girl.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
like
you
her.
know, if she was going over there, she was gonna get a lot more done than a damn BBL.
They
Okay,
said she had already had one.
and you could not tell.
I was a colleague of mine was talking about that because they go by the BMI and we was
Mm-hmm.
looking at her and we was saying I was wondering what happened the first time she went? Did it fail? We two better stop tracing that dream, that societal dream of looking like this. You have to look like this. You have to have those big butts, you know, big tits, prompt. No, mine's sag. Just buy a good bra. I don't have
Okay.
to. Mine's is like an
Okay.
ironing board. Just buy something to push it together. But
Okay.
don't stop running
Get you a
extra.
good old pair of celebrity pink jeans. Make everybody look like they got
There
a
you
big
go.
old butt.
I tell you what, it's so funny. My butt is like an ironing board in the middle and is wide, right?
And then you got your cheeks at the bottom.
Huh?
And you got the little cheeks at the bottom.
I don't
Just the
even
very
see
bottom.
anything at the bottom. It's just a horrible shape. So anyway, what I did, I saw this thing on YouTube, Lord, and Facebook, them shapers. And I said, "Ooh, I'm gonna get me one of these because this they got the little pads in them, and my butt gonna come together." Now I can
Okay.
put the boobs up. I pay good money to have the boobs standing straight, but I wanted the little round butt, right? And so I said, "Oh, I'm gonna get me a knife." So I bought that thing for about $70 damn dollars. That thing cost me damn near $70. I put it on, and I don't see no difference. My butt ain't round and plump or nothing like that. You still see that little ironing board space in the middle. That ain't. I'm mad, fake, because I spent a lot of money for that not to get no
I'm
natural.
not doing all that. Let me tell you, once I hit 40, I refuse to suck my stomach in for a picture. I'm not changing. I'm going to be who I am.
So listen, sometimes you don't want all that. I wanted my butt in a nice pair of jeans to go pow, pow, pow.
You
But
better
guess
get, it's
what?
the jeans. I'm trying to tell you.
Well, I don't
It's
know.
I'm telling you, get you one pair of celebrity pink jeans.
Where you get celebrity pink jeans down? Y'all gonna have me buying some shit just to get a little plump because I ain't going over to Mexico.
Macy's. There's
Or
Macy's
Macy's.
brand.
Well, they didn't close out Macy's, but I could get it online or
Yeah,
downtown.
and that's the best place to get them because they're always on sale.
I'm gonna tell you what. You see what Liz say? Is her name Liz?
Liz, don't
I
curse at
work
me. I
out.
have not cursed at you, Liz. We are friends, Liz. Please don't curse at me.
Don't no. She just said her booty. She
No, she
worked
said
out.
I work out. She could try to curse at me. She know damn well I don't work out.
Oh, he really cussing at me. He's really cussing at me. Work out. That's why I was trying to buy the thing because I don't want to do that because they say, "Oh, you do have to lay down, lift your leg up, keep lifting it up, and your butt." You see all. No, I don't want to do all that. I just want a pair of booty jeans or something like that. I don't want to do all that extra work. Fate. I don't want to do it. I know, and that's sad because they tell me all just work out, ladies. It's easier said than done. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to do the leg lifts. They say that's all you have to do, Faith, is do the leg lifts and the muscles, the squats and stuff. I don't want to butt bad enough that I'm going over to Mexico. I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
that.
And my whole thing, by the time you pay for the Mexico flight, you pay for the room you got to stay in until you can come back on the flight. You might as well pay for it in the United States where you have, if you have a good doctor, they're accredited to do what they're supposed to do. I just don't understand it.
I remember when I was in another state, I worked for this cosmetologist. Well, yeah. And what they were going to do is he was going to do a Brazilian butt lift when they first came out on me. Yep, he was
Mm-mm,
going to do one for free. He said
mm-mm,
because he had went over to California and they was practicing, they was teaching, and it was a good doctor over in California that he was working under.
mm-hmm.
I said, "Oh, I want one so bad. I want one," because the other surgeon told me he wasn't going to do it. I'm telling you, I had looked into that crazy stuff. He wasn't going to do it because he said, "Do you know it leaves scars on you?" He said, "Underneath your butt, it leaves scars. So I don't know if you want to do that. I don't want to do that." So the other one said he'll go and he'll practice and then he'll come back and do it on me, but I never got it done
I
because
don't know. They all look like ants now with the big boobs. They just look like they right out of the cartoon movie A Bug's Life with the
Mhm.
big heavy top, the little teeny middle, and the big huge butt, and then these little teeny sticks supposed to be
I
legs.
know. And you could tell. You could
Hmm.
tell. I was telling Diva, but she said she don't think so. I think Andrea Kelly has a fake butt too, but then she's a dancer and she probably work out. She looks good.
I don't think she had a butt. lift, but I do believe that she may have had a little lipo done.
Oh, because her butt tends to curve in like,
But she's
you
a
know.
dancer. She has a dancer's build.
Oh, okay. My granddaughter's dancers, and they got a body,
Right.
especially my youngest one. You know, she got a butt and everything, and she ain't get it from us because we don't have, a build like that. But at the end of the day, we just have to be satisfied with who we are. And if you want to get enhancements, that's fine. But don't do it to the tune of being unalive, going to other countries to do it for cheaper, you know? And if you can do just what Liz is saying, and this is true, just go ahead and exercise because it will build up those muscles. It will tone you and build up the muscles.
Yeah, like I just saw this lady on Instagram. She was crying. She had one huge boob. They had to be about a 44
Mm.
double F, maybe a G, and the other one is popped and it's flat and it's a big hole in the middle where her nipple was supposed to be. She was
Oh,
crying. I was like, I don't understand. What is the purpose?
yeah. And Tia was talking about injections. They injected all the fix a flat and different stuff in
Yeah,
your
they
butt.
was doing it. Some lady
Yeah.
just died that she was getting it done in the laundry in the back of the hair salon. Another one died from the laundry, man. I was like, why would you go to these places and think you getting something that's gonna be all right for your body?
And another lady died too. And she had went to Miami to a surgeon, I think in Miami. But then she went to a house afterwards, was ran by a lady who wasn't licensed. She was not licensed. Like you had the surgery there, and then they made the recommendation to use this lady's house, and she would do the care for you for so many days,
Mm-hmm.
like the medication and stuff. She wasn't licensed.
See?
He wasn't licensed. So the family is trying to sue him for recommending that particular person,
Right.
and trying to sue for her. But I know you all heard about the case of the nurses who are working without license, and they pulled over 8,000 licenses.
Yes. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. New Jersey was one of them, my hometown. Yes.
I was
Hey,
like, oh
Tia,
Lord. But
8,000.
I don't like LPNs. I don't mean no harm. I just don't like them. I like regular registered nurses. And hey, Lady
No,
T.
no, no. These were registered nurses, baby.
Oh, I thought those were LPNs. See, I didn't read all the way through. I
Some
was
of
like,
them are registered nurses. Some of them was registered nurses. You had this nurse, Fate. Hey, Lady T, give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Who was working right here in the DMV area? Who wasn't a registered nurse, and she had went and started working with Bobby Christina, and they found out there that her license was null and void. She had got a license from over the internet, right? But now she had
eh.
worked up here. She had worked in the DMV area for years before they caught up with her. What's up, Lady Tia? What you like to add, Pumpkin?
Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Hey, I wanted to add because I always be trying to whatever I can add, I will. So this is from what I know. I know a few people that have gotten the BBLs,
Mhm.
and here in Florida, they were getting them when y'all heard those stories about the fix the flat stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So in Florida, it was a lot of women doing that. They was the reason why Florida was called the scam capital of the United States is because of what we call drops when they were scamming the government on tax money. And during
Mhm.
that time, a lot of women, even though they was scamming the government, they were getting these BBLs at that time. Now, this is probably now about 10 years or more now since it was because people started getting locked up. And I know a few
Mhm.
people that actually I know that got locked up behind these tax fraud things, but they was doing the BBLs and they wasn't going to licensed surgeons. They were going to the donut man behind the store to
Mhm.
get those injections and things like that. And yes, a
Yep.
lot of women were dying. But just like Kay Michelle's story, she would be
Yep.
in that group of people that I know that were going to those unlicensed surgeons or these people that are claiming to be doctors have been in that field and they just need the injections to put in there and people trusted them for whatever reason. But I know I have a friend of mine. She actually did it for, and it was probably maybe $1,000 back then when she did it, and it wasn't a licensed surgeon. And her about maybe 2 or 3 years ago. After about 5 or 6 years of having that done, and she never went to a professional, it starts stopping her blood circulation back there. So everything
Yeah.
in her behind was dead. It was black. I mean, it stops the blood circulation because they
Mm-hmm.
wasn't getting the right stuff in their bodies. Her
Mm-hmm.
side of her face swelled up. She
Mm-hmm.
couldn't sit down. She couldn't go to the bath. I mean, she kept going to the bathroom. She went to Miami and got that stuff removed. They took 10 pounds off of her butt.
What?
Yes, they took 10 pounds off of her butt, and it was all because she didn't go about it the right way, and they use money that they scam to enhance their bodies. And it's a
Mm.
lot of women right now that are in Florida that are in a lot of pain because they now can't afford to get that stuff out of them. They can't afford it to get it out of them. So it's a lot of women around here, and I'm sure all over the world that have gotten those injections or BBLs the wrong way and are in a lot of pain because it takes a lot of money to get it out of your system. Kay Michelle, she's fortunate enough to have the money, and I was glad that she did a whole, expose on sharing her experience of getting that stuff up out of her. But it's a lot of people that done it that can't afford to get it out of their system, and it's stopping the blood flow in their bloodstream, and
It'll
people are
kill them.
dying behind it.
It
Yeah.
sure will, because gangrene is set in because it mm-mm.
They're getting necrotic, like you said. It'll kill the area of circulation, and eventually it'll kill them because their bodies are taking those toxins. Why do you think so many women? We gonna end it here with this question. Why do you think so many women though are getting those surgeries? I'll start with you, Faith. Yeah.
Okay, good, because I'm getting ready to drop down right after this.
Okay, baby.
I believe that we have been brainwashed with TV and everything of what a woman is supposed to look like, and they're pushing it, and they're forgetting about loving yourself and loving the skin you're in and the way God made you. If you want to change it, go ahead and do the exercise, do the work, and I'm sorry, and it's such a I find that we're like a microwave nation. We don't want to work for things. We want everything fast now. Everything got to be real quick. That's just my
Exactly.
point of
I
view.
agree. I agree, baby. Thank you. I know you
All
said you
right,
had
thank you. It was good seeing you.
it was always a pleasure seeing you. Lady Tia, why you
Always.
speaking? Because I'm on agreements with Faye Yaya. Go
Yes,
ahead.
I agree with Faith as well. And to elaborate on my opinion, adding to it, I do think that it is society that makes people think they should look a certain
Mhm.
way. But at some point, you got to start realizing people are all looking the same. Don't you want to look
Mhm.
original? Don't you want to look, authentic to somebody? Because a lot of times men are not don't care if you have all of those things. They don't care if you have all of that. If they care about you, it's not about if you got the big butt or the big breast. If they're gonna care about you and love you, they can love you the way that you are. And I think a lot of women do it because they think it makes it more appealing to men.
I think so, but I do think that men, no, I do think, like she said, we brainwashed, and men have played a big part of that. They have played a big part of it because you will see men, and not all men, we ain't going to lump them all together, but you see that men will go for the woman with the fake hair, the fake nails, the fake boobs, the fake ass that have on versus the modest woman that you just see it because
Yeah.
they think that that's a charm piece to have on their arm versus a modest woman. That's the truth. They are brainwashed to believe that.
Yeah, I agree in some way, and then I disagree in some because I know a lot of men that that's just something that they can play with for a little while
Mhm.
because that's not marriage material to them. Because a lot of men don't want a woman that can't be okay with not having a wig on
Mhm.
or with not having
Mhm.
um, weaving their hair. They want to see the natural woman at times. A lot of men is don't want that. And as you see, a lot of these women that have all of these bodies that are enhanced are getting dumped, and we see them all over social media. The ones that you would think wouldn't be, I mean, they are. It's just a matter of the man at the end of the day. But I do believe that there are a lot of men that love to see a woman in her natural state, even though the weave and the nails and stuff does enhance them and make them look good, but they still want their woman to look like their natural self when she wake up in the morning.
That's true. But
So I think it's half and half.
and I agree with you, but again, what we see is what we tend to believe. So they push that. They push that. They push it in our faces with the celebrities and with the women who they always put on television is damn near picture perfect. When we start watching all these shows, they don't look like the normal me. I don't know how you look personally. I think you're a good looking sister. From what I see, you have a nice little shape and stuff going on.
Yeah,
But
well,
they
that's
don't
just
push
been
that.
that way all my life. Yeah.
Remember, they push the fake looking woman to us. And that's why it brainwashes us. And eventually, a lot of women want to look like those women because they are more acceptable. That's what they push.
It's
We only
hurtful.
go by
It's
what we
hurtful, Miss T.
see. That we only go by what we see, right? A lot of times they push that.
Yeah,
Here's a
it hurts a
man.
lot too, Miss T, when you see the young girls striving for that, and you're like, come on, no, that's
But
not it.
remember, that's what they see. Every television show you turn on, and most people, in some cases, watch the Housewives and all those other shows, and those women, to them, what they deem is picture perfect when it comes to the body image, right?
I agree.
So that's what they push it. Here's a man. Black women are flocking to get BBLs while black men are trained to never trust a big butt and a smile. Wonder how this will turn out. Thanks for the input, talent. You got a point there. Okay. So, Monty, it's the way.
No, I was gonna say I'm gonna jump off. I gotta get out. I've got rehearsal. But thank you for having me. I just wanted to add a little something to the BBL conversation. I would hope that more younger women would not strive to be that because there's more better things that they can get in have in their pockets than $10,000 worth of fakeness.
But women, thank you so much, Lady T. I'm gonna get ready to get off here once I read these comments. Let's see. It's the way they make clothes too skinny jeans and leggings aren't for flat booties. I know. Men will adopt to whatever. They didn't have a problem with the voluptuous woman in the 50s. As flat booties was the norm. They adapt, trust. Well, yeah, that's a good point there too. Yep, they get treated the same. Okay, I remember when big butts weren't the norm. Psycho body types come and go. That's the truth. That is the truth. But you wonder why so many women are flocking to get, the BBLs, and that's because what TV is projecting and portraying to us. And again, if you watch enough of something, it will eventually, and that's the purpose of television, is to brainwash you. So it's brainwashing people to believe that they have to have that perfect body. And especially for so many women out here without men, they're still trying to figure out what the problem is, why they don't have men. You have good professional women, like you have good professional men. But when I'm talking about the BBLs, I'm talking about women. And they trying to find out what they're missing to attract a man. So I guess they go out and get this big ass, I don't know, and this big boob. Like I said, a good bra will do you good. I definitely remember that time. My school days were like the beginning of that Sir Mix-a-Lot video. Look at her butt. It's so big and round. Ugh, yeah. So you guys, I'm going to drop this link. If we don't have anything further to talk about, then I'm going to get out here. I have spent a good portion of the day here, a whole hour. It's cold outside. I don't have much to do today. So I guess I will run around these YouTube streets and see what's going on. And if not, then whatever, take a rest. You guys, I'm gonna close with this. I always try to close with something positive. So I'm gonna try to do this and we'll get out here. And I'm so serious about this. Listen, be who you are. Learn to love yourself and be comfortable with who you are. Don't try to fit in. You don't have to try to fit in anyone else's mold. Just be yourself. Be authentically, genuinely you. No, all of us have a flaw that we don't like about us. You don't always have to fix that flaw in makeup or cosmetic surgery, because the only reason why you have you do that is to make yourself feel good. Most people, and I get that, but you need to learn ways to feel good about who you are. Just love you for who you are. You know, be a leader, not a follower. If you don't like what's going on, like I said, in this situation down here is very distasteful to me on all ends, but we already know what it gives on these YouTube streets, and I think we understand it. Just mind your business, stay out of it, and keep it moving. If you choose not to support somebody, support them because you felt some kind of way and you don't want to. Don't let everybody sometimes, I do just want to, just don't let everyone sway you on which way to go. You know what you like and you know what you don't like. You know what you want to support and what you don't want to support. Like I said, I believe, and I'm going to stick to this no matter who likes it or not. Like I said, I believe it was fire thrown on a small flame and it ignited. I mean, it just whoosh, went out of control, and now people are feeling some kind of way. We don't need to know everything. It didn't take a rocket scientist to see what was happening. Is a sad thing, but keep it moving. I appreciate you all for coming. Thank you. Great live. Thank you. I come down here and do my thing. And like I said, if I ever offended anyone in the retrospect to my gemologist, I definitely, humbly apologize, but I don't think so because they know me. So they know my intentions are always good, always good. And I don't have to come out here and fight and beef and respond by cussing and hooping and hollering. Okay. With that being said, let's get ready to get out of here. We'll be in someone's house, but I'm still doing this. Let me get ready to get out of here. I got to find my music, y'all. Just hold up and we gonna get out here. If you see a queen's crown crooked, help her straighten it up. Speak life and wisdom into your princes and your princesses. They are joint heirs. They are future. They are looking to inherit something other than stress, mess, and drama. I hope we are learning ways, or we are continuing to build generational wealth. And as always, be a blessing and not a bother. It doesn't take much to bless someone. Simple hello, how are you? You look marvelous today. I love that tie you have on. Sir, that hat is so nice. I'll help you with those groceries, man. I got that door. Hey, can I offer you this to buy you some lunch today? I'll pay for that coffee. You look dappering in that suit, sir. Ma'am, your smile is $1 million. You never know what someone is going through. And it doesn't have to be anything monetary. It could be just a simple act of kindness to make their day and turn things around for them. With that being said, I'll see y'all later. Let's get out. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Gotta get out of here. Bye-bye. Be good on those streets.